Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Medicus Deletius, and this is the second story of Jade Empire. No commentary involved.
What a wondrous flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Since they became more common among the nobles, flyers have been fascinating to me. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. I am Bai, the Outcrier, and I am here to direct you around our illustrious capital if you have any questions at all. It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself. There are several districts within easy walking distance. This area is the market district, and it is filled with all sorts of merchants and traffic. If you cross the waterway and turn left, you will soon come to the Gate of the Golden Way, a rich and luxurious place. The Golden Way is connected to both the Scholar's Garden at its far end and the Necropolis, though no one would venture into those burial grounds without good reason. Just over there is the Imperial Arena, where you can test your skills in the finest competition in the land, or grab a drink at the heart of the Empire Tavern within. Out by the waterway you can find the city gates and all manner of merchants hawking their wares. There's also a path off the market district that leads up to the Black Leopard School, home to an ancient order that studies the ways of combat. The Scholar's Garden is a wonder to behold. It is decorated with rocks taken from the Valley of Sprightly Stones. The finest minds in the Empire congregate in the garden. If you have a taste for history, the Necropolis is accessible from the Golden Way as well. A city of the dead, the Necropolis is filled with tombs of rich and poor alike. If you were wise, you would not look for the Lotus Assassins. They keep their secrets close, and even spreading rumors can catch their attention. No, I would never mean to... Look, I'll tell you what I've heard. There are rumors of a secret entrance into a fortress the Lotus Assassins call their own. The entrance may be in the Necropolis, which is off the Golden Way. If you're smart, you'll go no closer to that place than this question. Was there something else you wanted to discuss? There's almost always something happening in the city. There's Captain San, of course, standing guard at the gates out of the city. Word has it the captain has some bounties. Rich rewards for those who can track down some wanted criminals. You must know about the Imperial Arena. Kui, the promoter, is always looking for skilled fighters to participate in his matches. It's this huge building right here. There's word from the Scholar's Garden that some strange outlander has taken up residence there, causing quite the ruckus, as barbarians typically do. There's a rumor floating around that the Black Leopard School has been having some difficulties recently, feuding masters, that sort of thing. The Black Leopard School lies across the waterway and up the grassy path, if you're curious. Word has it there's going to be a new play happening sometime soon in the Golden Way district, over at the large pagoda on the left side of the road. It might not be ready to start yet, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye out for. That's all I can think of right now. I know many people in the city, but it is impossible to know everyone. Who do you seek? Speak with... Are you mad? No one simply speaks with Death's Hand. He is the commander of the Imperial Army and the Emperor's most trusted servant. No, you do not speak with Death's Hand, and even presuming that you are worthy of that honor is considered treason. I know you're new to the Imperial City, but the Lotus Assassins are everywhere. They do not tolerate treason or sedition, and casual questions can be viewed as such. A pleasure to be of service. Enjoy your stay here.
I've seen some strange things in this city, but it's still the only place I'd want to live. I love shopping in the city. They have everything here. The Imperial City is beautiful, but you still have to be careful in certain areas. Emperor Sunhai is a great man. Without him, the Empire would still be living in a drought. I've seen some strange things in this city.
Be on the lookout for the Scourge of the South. It is your duty as citizens of the Empire to report anyone who matches this description. Keep an eye out for a large, wild-looking man wearing nothing but a loincloth. Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous. Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
Wo kawu so ir noka wo tarawai il shaksi iro finu pifu. Onu yu wir napayir wo onu yu sayir ikupan. Owo sayir uyukap wo tarawai il shathir. Ok wiwu ofir san kasuir wo sir tana. Onu yu wir napayir wo onu yu.
The princess is very beautiful. If I was like her, then all the girls would like me. My mom says the Emperor is a great man for stopping the drought. I love playing in the city. There's so many places to see. I don't care even if there are ghosts. The Emperor is stronger than all the ghosts put together. The princess is very beautiful. If I was like her, then all the girls would like me. The princess...
The Scourge of the South has destroyed whole villages in the south. Many innocents have suffered at the hands of the Scourge. Out of sheer spite, the Scourge interrupted the economic trade in Tien's Landing and all the towns surrounding it. Hundreds have fled. The Scourge associates with nefarious fox spirits, aiding them in their occupation of our once pristine forests in the south. A group of river-faring businessmen have been attacked and forced to flee. Nobody is safe from this criminal. His own master died at his hands, and he had fellow students kidnapped and tortured just because they didn't agree with him. If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at once. It is your duty.
What is with all these stories about ghosts these days? Has gullibility finally consumed the Empire? This gateway isn't as busy as it used to be. People are skittish about traveling. This whole Scourge of the South thing sounds made up to me. How much trouble could one person cause? If you need assistance, buy the Outcriers near the Imperial Arena. What is with all the... These bounty...
With all the flyers, the gate doesn't see the use it once did. Have you heard about this Scourge of the South? Sounds like the Lotus Assassins are on edge. I'm not here to be your guide. Talk to Buy the Outcrier if you need directions. This city's usually fairly calm, but there are reports of ghosts in the countryside. With all the flyers, the gate doesn't see the use it once did. Have you heard about this Scourge of the South? Sounds like the Lotus Assassins are on edge.
Greetings, citizen. Imperial Captain Sen at your service. Are you one of the mercenaries come to help me track down some criminal scum? If you are who I'm waiting for, you have some explaining to do. Admittedly, you don't resemble the ones described to me, but they're several days late. No doubt they'll blame it on the foolish ghost stories. I need help tracking down a pair of criminals. Are you interested in a little well-paying work? These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
Wait, is he seriously saying that we would get paid for hunting people down? I'd have done it for free.
I'm searching for an arsonist and a notorious confidence man. Find and eliminate either one, and there's a standard bounty in it for you. Do you people have some sort of code that requires each one of you to bargain about this sort of thing? Ah, excellent. I haven't heard that one before. On sheer creativity, you've made your point. I'll add an extra percentage to both bounties and find some way to justify the extra cost to the Ministry of Harmony. A wise decision. The two criminals are Fading Moon and Creative Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist who was last spotted heading for the necropolis. Creative Yukong has virtually disappeared, though we may be able to learn something from Lady Rento, the wife of the man Yukong bilked. She's in the Imperial Arena. Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her first fires were in the poor quarters, but her last one spread to the Market District Gate. Last we heard, she had escaped to the necropolis. Well, as I said, she confined them to the poor districts. She would have been impossible to catch in that rat's nest. More frankly, there isn't enough money to make it worth my effort. The gates between here and the poorer districts will be closed for some time while repairs are underway. There's nothing particular about the scene of the crime, just ash. Yukong fleeced some silver from Lord Rento, a powerful man in the Ministry of Harmony. Yukong is a master of disguise, and he has hidden himself somewhere in the city. Lord Rento is away on court business, but his wife informed me that she'd be in the heart of the Empire in the Imperial Arena if we needed her. You could start there. She knows the details of the theft better than I. Lord Rento was reluctant to discuss them. Yukong could be anywhere or anyone, and Lady Rento is the only lead we have. What else can I help you with? I know little more than what the Honorable Lotus Assassin presented. Some treasonous southerner has been undermining the Ministry of Harmony and causing countless deaths. Not as such. The Lotus Assassins want to deal with this traitor personally. I don't envy anyone who has attracted that kind of attention. There is no such thing. If the Lotus Assassins have identified a treasonous criminal, you can be assured that person is guilty of something, or will be soon. The Lotus Assassins are never worried. Their control, their protection, I should say, of the Empire is absolute. What could threaten them? I would like to advance, but I'm not angling. I simply accept that the Lotus Assassins are the true power in the Empire, and I support them. A good name, is it not? Drives fear into the commoners. Yes, that miscreant will be turned in soon enough. And pity the scourge that shows up in my city. This is the Market District. If you cross this bridge, you'll reach the Golden Way, the Scholar's Garden, and the Necropolis. The Black Leopard School is up the hill on the far side of the waterway, and the Imperial Arena is here in the Market District. Of course not. I'm on duty here. Find Bai the Outcrier near the arena. He's paid well to answer those kinds of questions. Right you are. Remember to keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
I haven't seen any ghosts wandering in the city, and I hope I never do. Some of the finest items you'll ever find can be bought right here in the city. I haven't seen any ghosts wandering in the city. I haven't seen...
Watch yourself around the Lotus Assassins. There's something unnatural about them. Watch yourself. I've seen some strange things in this city, but it...
Good day, citizen. Some minor thing I can help you with? It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost. This area is known as the Market District. Predictably, plenty of merchants set up their shops around here, and it's usually bustling. On the north side of the district is the Imperial Arena. The heart of the Empire Tavern in the upper level is a nice place to relax. What else? Oh, yes. There's the Black Leopard School up on the hill on the south side. Lots of skilled warriors get their start there. I'm afraid not. I'm on duty, and it's imperative that I remain focused on what few tasks I'm still deemed capable of performing. A fellow guard once paused for idle chit-chat with a woman. She went to the Lotus Assassins with the story of his inattentiveness. Next thing you know, he's arrested for threatening the security of the Empire with his lax ways. I don't know what happened to him, but I don't want to share his fate. Be about your business and stay out of trouble. Pleasure to be of service.
I hope my daughter will grow to be as beautiful as the princess, though perhaps less unruly. Watch yourself around the Lotus Assassins. There's something unnatural about them. If there are ghosts, why haven't I seen one? All this talk about spirits is just nonsense. Watch yourself around the Lotus. If...
Onu you we're napa.
Yes, what can I... Yes, I am eager to return there. It is a masterful array of artful mechanics, despite being a bit overly polished. This Lord Lau, he could use a bit of restraint. No, I don't have any other clues to give at the moment. Maybe my head will clear up a bit later. Hopefully. My designs are safer when my head is clear. Certainly. It's just a flick of a switch, and I'm reasonably sure the trip isn't even doing any irreparable harm.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you. I sounded like you when I first got here. Now I'm finished for good. Learn about this fine Imperial Arena yourself, why don't you? Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
These new sandals are uncomfortable after a few hours. My question is, what am I supposed to do if one of the fighters goes berserk? I'm grabbing a drink as soon as I get off shift. Don't pester me or I'll find something to arrest you for. I'm grabbing a...
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to spend, I'll be happy to help you out. I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now, so you have all of my attention. The man to see is named Kui the Promoter. He knows everything there is to know about this place. Might even be looking for a new body to fill out the roster. This could be your chance. If you're interested, he's usually up in his office, up and around to the back. You look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up. Stop by again. Miniature Ravager hoods for the kids are coming in any day now. You know you'll want two.
You? What could you possibly want? You're not here to bet, are you? Betting's only open when there's a match on, and right now, I don't see hundreds of people screaming at me, so I can assume there's no match on. Right now, it doesn't. No match, no bets. That's not so hard, is it? And don't ask how it works when a match is on. I'm not your teacher. Come to think of it, you look a bit strapping. Why not fight instead of talking to me? Kui the Promoter's your man if you're interested. He'll be upstairs a few rooms around the circle. When Kui the Promoter gets around to setting one up, go bother him if you really have to know this instant. Of course, he'll take one look at you and say, there's a new fish to throw into the ring. Good money if you fight for him, but that's your business and no care of mine. If you want to find Kui, he'll be upstairs, usually in the fighter's room, just past where the nobles marinate in their own decadence. Good, you do that. I need all the quiet I can get before the matches start. Have to build it up so I don't go insane when the crowds come.
Rumor has it that the outer provinces are having as much trouble with ghosts as they are with bandits and raiders. I should be getting home to see my wife. Oh well, one more bowl for the road. I should be getting home. The fights in this arena are the best in the Empire. The fights in this arena... Rumor has it...
I'm grabbing a drink.
Ukir okir wo na piair ukir sotiwi. Po wo za soso ya ya Ukair otono nisu. Sisairi furkt was sair napsan. Po wo za soso ya Ukair otono nisun puno sir tsunkut. Nano wo nawaftata sini here uk uno. Nano wo nawaftata sini here uk uno. Ukir okir wo napiair ukir wo ipsoko anir sunsi of you know. Sair an nikufunir aknat nir sair pika. Ayer Sisairi.
Busy, busy. The heart of the Empire never slows down this time of year. Let me know if you need something. I'll be around. Travelers have been telling a lot of ghost stories recently. Is it really such a problem? Either grab a table or ask the tavern keeper directly if you want to order. Either grab it... Let me know...
How dare you interrupt me? If you must know, I, Lustful Lao, conqueror of the female kingdom, was emanating my yang. It is but one of my many irresistible charms. You don't see my brimming knowledge of the 232 points of pleasure as documented by Menshi Zhao, the salacious scholar? Or that I perform the stretches outlined in the writings of the now disbanded lascivious order of the abbotless monks every morning? If even these simple things are beyond your ken, sir, then Lustful Lao has no time to spare on you.
I'm glad I'm not one of those girls always fawning all over the arena fighters. I'm glad I hear the debates are particularly lively in the Scholars' Garden lately. I wish Dr. An were less busy. Her treatments are marvelous. Have you heard those ridiculous rumors about ghosts walking the Empire?
I should be getting home to see my wife. Oh well.
Have you heard those
Step back. I only care if I get burned. If you want to order, talk to someone out front. If you want to order, get out of my kitchen. We're always out of tamarind. With lemongrass. Lemongrass on the side. Lemongrass removed once cooked. Make up your damn minds. Step back.
People flood in here to watch the arena matches. A dash of this, pinch of that. I need a dollop of something. A dash of... out of that, are we? Time to improvise.
Go find someone else to bother. Go. This is my spot and I'm not moving. Go get your own place. Leave me alone. Go find someone else to bother.
Daoshin's game is the best in the city. All the rich folk don't know the fun they're missing. All the rich... Unless I've got a sure feeling, I always go with rolling high. If you're here to play, talk to Daoshin. Daoshin's game...
I was wondering if you'd wander over here to test your luck. It's hard to resist the rattling call of the dice, isn't it? Gambler Daoshin's the name. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I? Good odds and fair play. That's how I keep them coming back. A simple enough game called high-low. You predict how you'll roll against my toss and double your coin if you're right. You'll catch on easily enough, I'm sure. The rules are easier than the lonely daughter of an outskirts farmer, my friend. You make a simple prediction of high or low. Then we roll. I throw first and you throw second. If you wagered high and roll above me, you double your wager. If you wagered low and roll below me, you also win. If we roll the same, the house takes all. I can take bets of 1 and 5 silver. Nothing extravagant, I know, but Gambler Daoshin plays by the rules. The kind of rules you ignore only if you're tired of using your arms. I could probably find a way around them if I knew someone who could go into the back room past Qui's office. I think they only let arena folk go back there, fighters in some of the higher divisions. You take care of yourself and come back soon to the best game in the city.
I should go home, but I really want to watch the next fight. I follow all the fighters' careers. I can't wait for the next fight to start. I should go home, but I really want to watch the next fight.
My question is, what am I supposed to do if one of the
Okay, I can do this. I can pick a winner. I know it! Since my wife left me, I've had a lot more time to track the trends in the ring. Surely someone around here will front me a few silvers just to break this cold streak. You wouldn't have any hot tips for me, would you? No, no one ever does. Since my wife left me...
Sorry, big boy. I'm not open for business. Judge Fang's got me on his payroll, and he doesn't like me taking customers on the side. Unless you're into something twisted, then he might want to watch. Fang's always looking for some new perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention. My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side when you spend too many nights with Judge Fang. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things. But at least that sick bastard pays well. Judge Fang's the head of the Ministry of Harmony. He's sitting in the next room with his guards. Likes to come and watch the arena fights. The blood and the beatings in the ring get his fever burning for later. Sometimes that bastard takes it out on me. Other times he makes me take it out on him. He doesn't seem to care either way. There are few things more twisted than Judge Fang's idea of a fun night. I hate him. He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars, emotional and physical. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. But nothing like this. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no stranger to pain. I know that all too well. I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you just walk away from. He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. He's got the wealth and power to find me wherever I run. I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard, grim fact, but at least he pays well. Go ahead. It's not like I'm going to tell you anything that isn't common knowledge. Fang's head of the Ministry of Harmony, so he controls taxes and executions across the Empire. That makes him a very rich and powerful man. Even the Lotus Assassins are wary of Judge Fang, probably because they know he's just as vile and corrupt as they are. All the rumors about him are true. He's the most infamous degenerate in the Imperial City. And I work for him. Good. Let me rest. I've got a feeling I'm in for a long night tonight.
Whoa, back up a bit there. Judge Fang doesn't like people blocking his view of the arena. Yeah, you might make him miss out on seeing someone get their nose broken, or their leg, or even their skull. He was just saying that there hasn't been a good skull fracture for at least a week. It's put him in a foul mood. I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire. But he pays well, very well. Enough so that we pretend not to see what's going on, though I still feel bad for Breezes sometimes. Not without an appointment, and his schedule's full for the next month. All the ministers are coming in from the outlying towns to make their reports. If he's not meeting with a minister, he's relaxing here, hoping to see somebody beaten to a quivering pulp in the ring, or maybe torn apart by one of the animals. Yeah, that or he's taking a break with Breezes. Poor girl. No amount of silver is worth what she does for him. Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard he caught taking bribes, but restraints, starving dogs, and gravy on certain parts of the body were involved. Fang watched the whole thing, laughing all the while, and when it was done, he went upstairs with Breezes for a little relaxation. Poor girl. Good idea. Come back next month. Fang might be taking appointments by then.
Don't you just love the Imperial Arena? No other place like it in all of the Jade Empire. Were you looking for me? I'm Lady Rento, and I was expecting someone sent by Captain Sen. Oh, normally I would be happy to chat, but now really isn't the time. I've had a trying day, and I just want to relax in the heart of the Empire for a few minutes before I rush home to attend the family accounts. My husband claims he has no head for figures, though I suspect he just has no back for work. Oh, poor Yukong. Captain Sen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband is insufferable. Yukong's a harmless aspiring actor who asked me if I would act as his patron. Since my husband was away from the city, again, I accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was charming. That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He didn't want to face the shame of supporting a humble actor. My husband's a fool, but when he lowers his head, all I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to slow him. Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty for poor Yukong. That young man doesn't deserve this. I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholars' Garden. Yukong was going to try out for that new play. It's going to be put on soon in the Golden Way, I'm told. Should be exciting to watch. Yukong was going to try out for a role as a scholar, so he may be using his costume to hide in the garden. He's not much of a scholar, so you should be able to spot him. If you happen to find creative Yukong, do go easy on him, would you? The poor boy did nothing wrong, and my husband is being unusually cruel to him. Good luck with your search. I have to get back to the estate. So much to do.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But...
Enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not an appropriate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an M-fusion of new blood? Come with me a moment and we'll engagitate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make. This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed. I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language. Don't get flustered. Everything I say is perfectly cromulent, and it might do you well to embiggen your vocabulary before you fling accretions by discretion. Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. You've got what it takes to make it in today's arena. The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I may not have heard your name before, but you walk like one who has seen many battles. You are indeed mysterious, stranger. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. Here you fight for silver. Glory is yours for the taking if you value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could easily retire on your winnings. In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing the way for the Ravager to take his place. You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going to expel in this place. You'll not languish in the qualifiers for long. You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers. If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest champion, who tore his way through the divisions to replace the now retired Raging Ox. Go ask them yourselves if you want to know more. Hapless Hans faced more than a few of them, too, if you want his perspications. Do you have any idea how much paperwork I have to do when a contestant of the Empire's finest tournament dies? Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed. It was a dark day. My predecessor lost several good men when the spells failed during an event he'd ironically dubbed the Feast of the Ogres. I'm no sorcerer, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. They've done so before. Truly, this is a loss for all involved. The offer stands as surely as the wall itself when your senses restore to their proper balance.
I shouldn't talk too much. Talk to Brother Bo instead. If you want to talk, Brother Bo is better at it than I am. I shouldn't talk. If you want to talk...
Now is not a good time to speak with me. You may try my brother, Bo. Leave me be. I am contemplating. Leave me be.
I'm sorry. You would speak with the Sung brothers? We have no time for simple gawkers. Why not bother someone like Hapless Han? He's always willing to waste time with the spectators.
Cast the stones, brother. The 6 triangles of portent indicated that new competition would advance our goals.
Did they really? Surprising. Well then, it seems my brother and the Fates would encourage you to participate in the arena. You should speak with Kui the promoter. Until you prove yourself, leave us be. While my brother Sui may consider you an object of portentous fascination, I do not waste time on spectators. While my brother...
Hello there. I'm Han, though fans and, well, everyone else call me Hapless Han. It's not such a bad thing. Fighting in the lower divisions means I never run afoul of the Ravager. Our current champion has nearly killed his last 2 opponents. See, I look on the bright side of things. Even if my losses make people call me hapless, are numbers really that important? In my mind, it's trying your best that counts. You know, looking at you, I'd say you could hold your own in the arena. Are you thinking of signing up, or was there something else you need? You need to talk to Kui, the promoter. He'll start you out. It'll be great to have someone new around the place. You're new to this arena, aren't you? I'm happy to help you out. Do you want to know how to sign up, or are you just curious about the events? Every warrior here starts out in the qualifying round, where they face a lot of the hopefuls. If you're doing well, you'll end up facing me. After that, there are the bronze, silver, and gold divisions, each of which has its own champion and unique trials. I'm sure Kui the promoter can outline those for you. Sounds good to me. I'm sure you can find your way around, but I've been here all my life. I can tell you about the scholars, the common folk, and even a bit about the Emperor himself. Emperor Sun is a savior to the Empire. He created a never-ending supply of water for us. It's just too bad his daughter isn't a bit more respectful of tradition. Then again, her father has changed the way things are done, so I suppose that's to be expected. He sealed himself away in the palace. When in the time of the drought, he was a leader and an inspiration. It's a shame that he's become so private. At his last appearance, he seemed so full of life. It was like he hadn't aged a day in 20 years. Perhaps trying to curtail his daughter keeps him young. Princess Leon is a willful child, they say. Don't take that to mean I know her personally, but everyone says she's willful. To be fair, that could be good in a ruler. Still, you have to respect tradition. I'm not exactly sure what she's done that's so bad, but I know it set the nobles aflame with gossip. I agree, and I would never question the Emperor. He is a visionary leader. It's just that before, we could see where he was leading. Still, I see what you're saying. Look at the endless flow of water he brought to the Empire. It's new, and he changed the face of the palace to pour the water forth to the lands. The first change to the palace since the time of sagacious Qian, in fact. That's a good reason to break with tradition, and one we all understood. Hiding himself away, however, that's something no one understands, and that isn't right. All right. I like them. Half are as crazy as a drunken chicken, but they occasionally come up with some ingenious ideas like the flyers. You'll find that the most revered scholars tend to keep to their garden. Given their lively debates, that's probably safest for the rest of us. If you're curious, the garden lies at the far side of the richer quarters of the city, across the waterway from here. Common folk from the Imperial City consider themselves superior to all other common folk, which is just silly if you ask me. The prevailing thought is that everyone outside the city has all the culture of a sunburned ox. Aside from that, the people here are the same as everywhere else. Some good, some bad. I'm happy to help. That's no way to be. You need to have a positive attitude here, and in all things. Heaven provides joy for all people if only they would take it. What are you trying to say? There's nothing wrong with a loss or two. Someone has to lose for someone to win. But by all the 1,000 horns of the Bull of Despair, it's true, isn't it? I've been fooling myself this whole time. Maybe I should go back to being a smith. Of course, I don't see how I'd be any better at that. I mean, what's the point, really? It'll all rust or just break anyway. I'll just stay here and listen to the spectators laugh at me. You'd better go, though. No need to waste your time talking to a pathetic loser who'll never go anywhere. Go on. It might rub off, and you don't want that.
Another pathetic gawker here to bask in the glory that is Iron Soldier, the Silver Division champion? What in all the Empire do you want? I think you have no choice. This place is locked down tighter than the Emperor's palace. You wouldn't last a moment against the number of guards hanging around this place. This iron soldier's made a career of being a miserable cur while beating the tar out of people. He has potential.
Just leave me alone. I don't talk to spectators.
Wuwuwir wakwakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Kwanak apiyir, kwanaruk tatisiyir si usta. The kawa ir ap ofir wowowir wak fonui unka. Yawar ir wo swair susu no. Utarawi ir kupkitir sanir naur kurk wu pan. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithaturo turo uk. The kawa ir ap ofir wowowir wak fonui unka. Utarawi ir kupkitir sanir naur kurk wu pan. Uyo ir naur ir kunurk nuka uk kin piir ukir ifu ir wu. Nararir uk u yorir. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithaturo turo uk. Nara ir uk napir sonkut usatatir tatasiir uyu. Yawar ir wo swair susu no. Pir koinir. Uyo ir naurir kunurk nuka uk kin piir ukir ifuir wo. Kop awuka inir wo afawafi ithat.
You again? Go beg for someone else's time. I have no reason to talk to mere spectators. You...
Leave me be. I want nothing to do with you. You'd only grind my spirit further into the earth, and it's quite crushed enough.
Thawir nistu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soir irwu nisir tintina yewir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir. Oxair caritas funir sisair ir furk tatasier. Ir karanos sakupono. Wo panaro wosawir tatasi ni wasunir prawun. Wosawir kokonatoi. Tir nik puntuir, poir nokauk, soir takitir noni. Oxier watoafu ni froto usosawir, uktatasir ni rioki. Kwansawir funisa. Wonawir ifuiruk wasaf no sisitu. Kwawir ni sisir sisitu, kun, wano sisitu nig on wipifir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk, kitir noni nikuyo ipir ta. Aka wo nawir sawir sonsinoka uk napir. Narawir wo ifuir uk sunurk. Oxier watoafu ni froto usosawir uk tatasir ni rioki. Sisaira yi. Kwawir uyu itarir noka sisayir na workur, wo nisir wir u noka thakuna fifir. Aka wo nawir sawir sonsi noka uk napir. Narawir wo ifuir uk sunurk. Kwan sawir fun ni sawir uk. Uk wiro ni sayir tatasir yu, wo nawir sir fun ni winyanakan. Wono wiri fuiro tarir noka sisayir na workur ktanti. Wasa wir prosir, kitanir sawiru kuat. Uksayir kun ni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagitar.
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you.
Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and yet somewhat strange. I don't know what it is about you exactly, but I would say you have been trained like no other warrior in this place. What I do know is that several of the techniques pioneered by what we call the new schools would have astonishing effects on one with your energy. Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist. I do not recognize your voice, but within it I can hear the energy of one trained for combat. Perhaps you should talk to Kui the Promoter. He often seeks new warriors to do battle in these ancient halls. Acupuncture is the process of healing the body through the release of its own energies. There are other applications, such as an understanding of the pressure points of the body as well. I release these healing energies through the very precise insertion of needles into the skin. It truly is an art. Acupuncture is also most ancient science, studied as long as the Empire has stood. Those studies benefit the warriors in this place most directly. How can you fight in the dark? We learn these things through study and discipline. The nerves of the hand are incredibly sensitive. The eyes can be fooled by something as insubstantial as light. I would not say that losing my sight at a young age was a gift, but I have not let it become a burden either. My techniques for releasing your untapped inner energies are newer and slightly more radical, but even they benefit from a century of research and years of practice. Put simply, your body possesses incredible energies, some of which can fall out of balance, putting the body at risk of disease. Acupuncture releases blockages in your body's meridians, natural pathways for this energy, allowing your body to restore its balance. The new schools have found ways to optimize the body's energy pathways to make you stronger than you would be normally. You would have to practically abandon your pursuit of martial prowess to understand them more fully, but you have other skills to hone. My needles, used properly, can enhance your strength, restore your inner vitality, and unlock energies you barely knew your body held. The only thing I have found I am unable to affect with my needles is your inner magic. It seems even acupuncture has its limits. Of course, only through the broadening of our conversations can we broaden our minds. I'm afraid I can't help you. I know all the fighters, but I'm not at liberty to discuss them. I'm certain you understand the ethics at stake. My knowledge of their strengths and weaknesses would be a weapon in the wrong hands. Of course, have a look.
As sure as a dog will scratch where the flea bites, I knew you would return. Fighting's in your blood, and you'll itch until you test yourself in this grand contest. Testing yourself against the finest in the Empire. What else could a young man dream of? What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels? I've heard that one before. Have you any idea how many board students peramputate down here from the Scholar's Garden? Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you. Raging Dragon, huh? Sounds fast and powerful. I like it. Are you positive that's what you want? Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight, and I'll get you started. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. Any other questions? One other thing. You should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
Not me. I'd rather put up with Soldier than your gloom.
I've been trying to make Han stop talking to me forever. I could almost respect you if you weren't lodged so very close to the bottom of the heap.
As you can see, they always have something to say. Han isn't a champion exactly, but he's solid enough that all fighters must beat him before they can leave the qualifiers. I like hapless Han personally. He never quits trying. Reminds me of a young me trying to clamber my way up from the streets. He'll go far, you rest assured. I'm always happy to share some history with this arena's greatest fighters. Would you like to hear some of the tales? The first thing to know is that this arena was founded under the auspices of sagacious Tien himself. The Emperor's blessings rest upon this place as the one true test of martial skill in the Empire. Interestingly, while we call it the arena commonly, its full name is the Trials of the Seven Gladiatorial Schools of Beneficent Light. A bound volume of the finest parchment contains the arena's rules. This tome holds over 3,000 rulings, the first dating back to the birth of the arena. Besides the name being unwieldable by the tongue, largely due to inaccuracy, there are far more than 7 schools recognized across the Empire now. Further, the Order of Beneficent Light disbanded hundreds of years ago. They are no longer the governing body of martial education, so these are not their trials anymore. Still, we hold on to the name as a reminder of the glory days. Many emperors have graced this place with their presence from a secure private viewing room. Our current emperor has not shown as much interest in the past decade or so. When he was younger, Emperor Sun was a regular attendant, but I'm sure the years have stolen away the time he once made for us. No one knows them as well as I do, and that's likely for the better. Technically, we're supposed to lead a donkey around the fighting surface before each match. I consider that to be one of the tradition's best overlooked. Enough asses wander the streets around this building these days that I expect my predecessor's spirits will be satisfied. I must say I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
The brothers Sung greet our fellow combatant warmly. I am Sung Bo, this is my little brother Boo, and my older brother Sui.
Do not bother me. Introductions merely clutter the mind.
I don't think they was bothering you, Sui. It's Bo being talked to.
Do not worry too much about us, though. There are many fights between you and the Sung brothers, but we shall humor your questions. You'll only deal with the lower ranks at this point. Bother us about fighters when you advance to a respectable level.
We don't know nothing about the army.
Please excuse Brother Boo. He occasionally feels the need to speak on things to which he has not given his full attention.
We should not discuss the city, brother, while we are within its bounds.
Do the stars show the dragons in ascension again? Then we should not speak of the city for now. The very topic is risky. Please accept our apologies. I'm certain one of the others would be happy to tell you about the city. Oh yes, we shall see you around. Of that you can be sure.
Leave me be. You'd only
You look a shade better than the usual cowardly dogs we get through here. Just a shade, though. So you've earned the right to talk to me. Lucky you. Iron Soldier's the name, though everyone just calls me Soldier. You may as well do the same. If I waste time talking to you, it's because I can respect that you're prepared to lose terribly in the arena. Haven't you figured it out yet? I don't like you. You're nothing more than a worm, and I don't talk to worms. Now go on and leave me alone. We've got nothing to talk about. Given half the chance, yes. If you can't handle it, you don't need to talk to me. There's some people who call the way I operate walking the low path, but they're fools. Talking about the low path is an attempt to deride the philosophy of those of us who see the truth. There's no real altruists in this world, just people who explain their actions with reasons that are easily palatable to the masses. I refuse to kowtow to those kind of lies. I'm a warrior. People either challenge me and grow stronger, or run away like weaklings. Like I care. It's in my nature to rail against simpering fools, and by being true to the discord I cause, I'm made that much stronger. That's all there is to it. I'm not here to hash this over with you. If you want that, go bother the scholars or one of those saps in the Black Leopard School on the hill. Good. Go bother someone else.
I
want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you... For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style closely to see how you fare. Impress me, and I'll take you to the top. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take Raging Ox, who danced around the beast singing drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager, who defeated him in a single blow. I should take a moment and explain the system we use here. I like to keep things simple and organized. Any other way, and things get more convoluted than the celestial court on the Emperor's birthday. When you're ready for your match, ask me about it, and I'll give you a quick summary of your opponent. I'll be setting up your matches, of course. Various enchantments woven in this place keep the fights from being deadly, but they're no less real. You'll feel the pain if you don't keep your defense up. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A new warrior does battle with the beast. Double axes.
That was an impressive beginning. Normally I'd have started you off against something easier, but you practically ooze potential. You've caught the eyes of the other fighters as well. Go ask them if you don't believe me.
I wasn't watching.
Ha! You're still sore about hearing the truth, aren't you? You'll live, Han. Beating the ogre's nothing special. I could have done better bound and blinded.
Sometimes you don't even need to ask. One fight does not make a champion, though. There are many more opponents ahead of you. Let's move on, shall we? Be sure to return when you're ready to continue your climb through the qualifying round.
Leave me. You don't...
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Too bad. I should probably say something encouraging since this was your first win ever, but frankly, I don't care. Good. Go bother someone else.
I'm not...
I was right there watching. That ogre didn't stand a chance. I should go home, but I...
That last one was a win for you, was it? I could have sworn the ogre was due for a win. Oh well, there's more silver into Lucky Cho's pocket.
Hello again. What can I do for you? If you happen to find the... Good luck.
Look who stands before us, brothers. A new warrior flush with first victory. How very quaint. Oh, yes.
Since you held your own against the ogre brute last time, I'm going to try something exciting for the crowd. I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher matches. I'm giving you all of them at once. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Remember to watch your sides and back. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Four students test their skills against one master. Golden.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts. Be sure to return when you're ready to continue your climb through the qualifying round.
I was right there watching. You're gonna tear through the qualifiers. I could just tell.
That last one. Most new qualifiers don't progress like you. You're not making me any money here.
I want to hear that. What? The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? People like you, and now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. I want you to disconstructulate it. Destroy the statue quickly enough, and I'll give you a shot at hapless Han. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow.
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you. Be sure...
Leave.
Looks like you're surprised.
You're gonna tear.
I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children anymore. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A chance to leave the qualifying division as Raging Dragon faces Hapless Han.
Paralyzing ball. Iron Tempest. Iron Ball. Weakness ends in death.
You dealt with Han very well. I knew you would. All of our professional fighters move past him eventually.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kai Lan the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come in such a short while. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how you fare in the Bronze Division. Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was good, I think. Lucky Cho is a thug, pure and simple, but he's very good at what he does. He is also a member of the guild and reports directly to Kailan. Kailan oversees things here in the arena, and the guild ensures that the authorities leave us in peace. He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He is an ex-champion, you see. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. Kailan couldn't leave the arena alone, though. He has become a very important man here with the help of a group called the Guild. The Guild is the organization that controls all of the betting in this place. That gives them considerable sway. It is good that they are happy with your progress. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more illicit activities. They are very sensitive about remaining an open secret. Many know about them, but few acknowledge that fact. Right now is a particularly dangerous time, as one of the leaders of the Guild has recently been inhumed. Kailan sees this as an opportunity. Do not discuss them openly. The Guild has many ears. You may ask some of the others in the arena about them if you wish, but I would not bring it up to just anyone. You are strong, but they are many and work in shadows. For the sake of your career, I suggest that you limit any questions you have to your fellow fighters.
Well done! That fight was much better than this wine. With all the pure water pouring from the palace, you'd think they might have learned how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back to...
No, just here visiting, and making sure nothing happens to your newest fighter.
So you won't be...
No, leave it alone, Kui. You know better than to bring this up. Just mind your business, promoter, and I'll mind mine.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk to me again and we'll discuss your next match. I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. If you want to talk about it, ask him. I'm staying out of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for your entry into the Bronze Division. It will take me a bit of time before you'll be ready for your next fight. You should talk to the other fighters here. They've been watching you and are getting nervous. Of course, I'll need more time than that for these preparations. It's just a matter of preparing the proper documents. Why don't you kill the time by making your way out into the city? See the sights. Maybe visit the Golden Way or the Scholar's Garden. Actually, that reminds me. A woman was here watching your fight against Hapless Han, dressed all in black and veiled. She seemed impressed with your preference. Just before she left, she told me to tell my new fighter that she was still waiting to see you. She said you'd know where. Sounds like quite the invitation.
Look who's... You are the unstoppable force that left poor Han a cluttered pile of optimistic wreckage at the side of the arena. Though Han seems less cheerful these days than before. I hope his illusions haven't finally been shattered. You have earned the right to ask about your peers. Would you like to know about Soldier, or our current champion, the Ravager? Ah, there's a mysterious one. He left the Imperial Army under circumstances. His skills quickly earned him a high rank in this contest. I expect he saw things during his time of service that would blanch the ever-rosy face of Jolly Ying Sun the Intoxicated. And yet, pretty Lily is always hanging off him. We have often speculated why she is so interested in him, but such things are not fit for polite discussion.
There is something unnatural about that one.
He smells bad, too. Like he's sick all the time or something.
Though my brothers sound like offended courtesans, they have a point. We can't deny the Ravager's abilities, but he lacks precision. Indeed. We wish you luck and promise to attend your funeral after your attempt. The Ravager's prowess lies in his incredible stamina. Blows that would fell lesser men are like the bite of a gnat to him. If you face him, use your strongest techniques. It seems unfair, does it not? However, you must ask yourself if you wish to be beheaded instantly when you consider this topic. Let us put it this way. Individually, each of us is an excellent warrior, fast, strong, or smart as it may be. When we faced the Ravager individually, he beat us quite handily.
We were thrust together by those who oversee this place. Trust us. Only Brother Boo could appreciate acting as the wall between the lower fighters and the Ravager.
Brother Boo is aptly suited to the task of blocking things, but that is not the explanation you were looking for. Word spread that the Ravager boasted that he could beat all of us together, and so we accepted. He was victorious. Those who guide this arena were so pleased with the spectacle that they created a new challenge: us. The thought was that anyone who couldn't defeat the Brothers Sung would be obliterated by the Ravager. I'm sure we have saved more than a few lives. Fighting as a group is not so bad. We provide a unique challenge for higher-level fighters, and fighting this way has its incentives. Suffice it to say that the Serpent makes it worth our while to fight as a group. You would benefit as well, if you could beat us. I prefer not to give that impression, but we have been placed in this situation by the Ravager, whose deadly nature requires our presence. In time, perhaps, that will change. We will see. Would you like to know about... Of course. We can tell you to be careful whom you ask about such things. Secrets kept in the open are the most sensitive.
The Serpent who dwells in the shadows of this place. Like an air spirit, he is everywhere and yet invisible to the eye.
Brother Sui puts it well. Kailan the Serpent is the Guild's will in this place, powerful enough that only the brave or foolish discuss him at any length. Besides running the most expansive betting operation in the Empire, I speculate that they do much more than that, but we have been smart enough not to find out. We question things in the arena, though. For example, why are we allowed to fight as one body when the rules suggest such a thing should be illegal? The Guild cares more for a good show than fair play. Good shows keep the bet money flowing, especially if a favored fighter were to suddenly and surprisingly lose.
I agree. I don't want them around anymore. They scare me.
If you let fear guide your decisions, Brother Boo, you will find that you have walked the coward's path.
Philosophy aside, the Empire certainly could wipe them out. But wouldn't another similar organization appear? Regardless, if something could be done, the Empire would have done it already. A wise choice. The Guild always prefers that people not speak of them. Now, what do you need to know? How dare you mock our family unity?
Indeed. We deal with enough ignorance of the ancient ways and customs of the Empire. We do not need additional abuse.
That's right, Brother Sui. I don't like ancient people either.
No time spent in study of the ancient ways is lost. Time with you, however, seems as if consumed by the devourers of moments that figured so prominently in the writings of Peng the Unpunctual. The Brother Sung will waste no more time with you. Ah, begone! The Brother Sung will waste no words on a boorish competitor.
You were mean to us. I don't want to talk to you.
Your negativity is not welcome here. It disrupts far too much.
Leave me be. You'd only...
Looks like you ground the hapless one beneath your feet like everyone else does, huh? Han's pathetic for wasting time on the hopefuls, if you ask me. Then again, watching Han stumble to Dr. On every time he tries to handle the real Bronze Division fights is one of the most entertaining things about this place. Good.
That last... Who would have thought that hapless Han would lose? At least not like that.
I was right. Hapless Han never defeats the true warriors.
And this is the end of this part of the story. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. Medicus Delicius out.